Hey everybody, we're on the dawn of another set and it's time to talk about forecasts. Stick around. Hey everybody, this is Team Absolution bringing you the news, spoilers, everything alike. I am joined with the Doombringer Griffin, rocking that Drop a Draco shirt.
Drop a Draco from my boy Joey.
We'll take those.
We take those.
So, it is the set of another, it's the eve of another set, and with that comes forecasts.
Yes. Let me just go get my giant whiteboard over here. I'm not going to do that.
So, Ryan, as our resident Hue Master, and by that I mean he's the one who really does primarily, at this point, all the trades and purchases and everything.
Because you trust anybody else with that garbage?
We all used to do it individually back in the days.
Do you want to?
Not anymore.
I didn't think so.
But now he kind of does it, so he kind of keeps a close eye on what he thinks is going to be value, what the team needs, things of that nature. With set 9,
decks.
So we're going to keep a contact on like what's next. Set 9, what do we need? What do they need as well?
What do they need? What do they need? Well, if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, how much of my wallet am I going to have to pull out for this set? Do I need to buy boxes or cases or just singles? Well, here's the lowdown. Don't buy a case unless you want SP packs. That's just the lowdown. And here's the thing about boxes recently, and I'll say this. If you buy a good amount of boxes, say, let's go with 8 boxes. You buy 8 boxes, it's half a case.
That is half a case.
You're not going to get your value back unless you pull like the 2 SP packs that may or may not be in there. It's super scary to buy boxes right now just because they're supporting so much stuff, but nothing is worth any money. We've kind of dropped into this weird space where all of the old cards that are still played a lot, like all the Gear Chronicle stuff, is still worth a ton of money, and then the 1 to 2 old cards that are way back then, like, say, Dragon Dancer Anastasia for Narukami is $20 for some reason, but none of the other cards are. And the new cards come out, and then the meta, shakes up a little bit, and all of a sudden you have another set 8 on your hands, which was nothing is worth any money anymore, and the set was bad to buy boxes of. We had to sell 2 SP packs to get our money back, and we got lucky on getting those in 8 boxes. So
Well, we probably sold the Joker one?
No, we actually still have it. Sitting on it.
Anybody want to link?
Value's going up. Value's going up. The long game. Anyway, so buying a box of product doesn't make sense anymore, honestly. I don't think unless you're getting a really good deal on it.
Especially to this set. This set just doesn't enough value at all.
Exactly. All of the value has gone onto the GRs. And it used to be that the GRs were worth a lot of money, and the other triple Rs were still worth money because you mostly saw those. GRs were a lot more rare, but now that the GRs are more common, it seems like the value has concentrated on them, and the rest of the cards just aren't any good or aren't worth anything at all.
Right.
And so we saw in set 8 where you had the SGRs were a lot of money, or at least a good chunk of money, and then you fell down onto the GRs themselves, which Fenwar was worth the most, and Charlotte was worth, $18, $19, $20. And then you hit Flagellate, which was about as much as the SP was, which is kind of sad. It was like 18, and the SP was 20. And then Golden Rating, which dropped to like $12, and then the rest were just 3 to 4. There wasn't anything else after that. And when you open a box and your top end, you have a possibility of opening $10 worth of triple Rs, you've lost. And there aren't any good double Rs either. So Vanguard has gotten really cheap. Don't buy boxes, friends. Don't do it. Unless you're really trying to get those SP packs and sell them for like hundreds of dollars. And that's my analysis. Either buy a case and get the SP packs and sell them to try and make your money back, or just don't.
Well, let's assume these people aren't going to buy singles. What value, what cards are they going to be expecting to pay the most out of?
So, for set 9. Set 9, you're definitely in the hole if you're playing Aqua Force and you need 4 of Wailing Thavas, because he's going to be the $30 to $35 GR. At least at the very beginning, maybe 2 weeks. I'm thinking he'll hold his value all the way out to a month. You'll probably be looking at minimum 25 if you get a good deal, But about 30 is what I think the GR Thought is going to be going forward, even after it settles out just a little bit past the hype prices. He is a great card for Aqua Force. Every Aqua Force deck can run him. He's really generic. And he is by far the best high foil card in this set. Not even a question.
He's the most what? Like good? Say that sentence again, I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure he's the best high value card here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he's definitely going to be the most valuable. Simply because his other alternative to a GR is VMAX. Which, gonna be good. It's gonna be the $20, $25 GR.
Yeah. But Wailing Davos, like, he's so splashable.
Yeah, you can play him in everything.
Exactly. So
and
everyone's going to need
him.
And it's going to be like, it's going to drive the price up to him. And just supply and demand is going to say, like, that's just going to really exacerbate the price.
Exactly. And his SGR is going to be 40, 45, 50, somewhere in there, as usually they are. And that's going to be your box's saving grace right there. As once we start getting into the lower triple Rs, you'll see that, oh man, Ryan was right. I shouldn't buy this. Again, we can always be surprised, but I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong about this.
I would agree with you, honestly. I mean, aside from that, cards that I think will give you value. By value, I mean higher than $5.
Not on triple Rs.
What?
Said not on triple Rs. You need more stuff.
I know, but I'm saying, like, that's how bad the set is. Like, to consider value, like,
yeah.
You're going to get more than $5 out of probably Zillion. It's at the beginning, but he'll probably teeter off as people realize that he's not as good as people wanted. Raging Form, a similar situation.
I think Raging Form will settle out around, it might be like 15 at the start, will probably settle out around 8.
Yeah.
It's like an $8 triple R to me.
Luard will start at around like 20, 25 with hype, and then probably settle out, I think, around like 15 to 18.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then after that, things get... One, the Angel stuff is going to be...
absolute poo-poo.
That's the
no
triple
money
R.
at all.
That's the triple R you don't want to
You might say that like the Angel Feather triple R goes for like $10. I don't think it'll hold that for very long. I don't see Angels making a whole lot more use of it, as we already have 2 4 better strides in there.
Rising Supernova.
Rising Supernova is going to be the sneaky one, starting out as high as 18, probably settling out somewhere around 12 to 14 once he gets down there. He might surprise us. He's kind of the unknown factor here, where exactly he'll be, but I'd see him being more of a golden rating.
There's not a lot of Spikes players, but they are dedicated. But like, because people are probably going to be pulling so many boxes to get the other cards, the Wailing Davos.
He's the one in the middle that'll suffer.
Yeah, his suffer benefit the players. It's going to suffer for the seller, benefit the player, because this guy's going to be buying boxes to try to get this Wailing Davos, and he's going to end up with a stack of Super Rising Supernovas he's not going to know what to do with. Start selling them for like, $8 a pop or something.
It's going to be the Disaster Maelstrom is the one that's going to end up with piles of it. Speaking of Disaster Maelstrom, say hello to the pennies category. Disaster Maelstrom. You open this, congratulations, you made $2 whole. And by made $2, I mean you lost $58. We also have Meta Pulsar Split Pegasus for the Gear Chronicle triple R that just had to be in here for some reason. I don't foresee him being played very much.
I also don't see him being played too much.
It's not going to be great, so... And then we have the Grade 2 Shadow Paladin Drag Wizard Morfessa. It doesn't matter how good of a Grade 2 it is, it's not going to be expensive.
It's not. It'll probably be like $8.
Maybe $8.
Yeah, maybe 8.
It'll probably fold to around 5 or 4.
Yeah, I will agree with
Depends.
that. Yeah.
And that's kind of it for, that's your triple R value right there, is you have the one good GR that's a lot of people want, and it's probably going to be 30, and then you have the other GR, which is, 20, 25, and then the rest of it's just, all right, well, maybe this will hit 15. And it's really not good.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
And once you get into the double Rs, like, things are just not good.
There's not a point. There's no point to looking at double Rs.
It's going to be... Set 9 is probably one of the worst sets of Vanguard we've seen in a while.
And Set 8 was so hyped up, but nothing was that great in it. Set 8 didn't change the meta. They made Messiahs really good.
But it was a fine set, though.
Yeah, the set was well designed. It had everything in there was decent, but it didn't shake anything up.
I agree with that. I would agree with that. Set 7 was a decent set, and it was hyped as well.
And the prices held. That's the difference. The prices in Set 7 held for a long time. Gurgoid is still expensive.
Gurgoid's so good, though.
Titan is still expensive.
Titan, I resemble as like what Wailing Davos. Probably going to hold its value for a while. I think it will hold its value for a while because it's going to be such a staple in Aquaforce, and it's just not going to go down in value for a long time.
Super good.
And now it's a GR, which Titan wasn't, or was it? No, Titan was
triple R.
Yeah, but this is now a
more
GR.
Expensive than Defeat Flare because you only need one of it, maybe.
Yeah. So. I think that's it, though. I think that's our Set 9 forecast. There's not much
That's for price. I mean, we still got to talk about how the cards are going to do themselves.
Oh, you mean like from a meta standpoint?
Oh, of course. That's what forecasts are all about, my friend. Welcome to the forecast game, where we talk about which cards are best, which cards are freezer burned hot pockets.
So, best cards in the set, Wailing Thavas is not only the most expensive card, also questionably the best.
Well, Blue Wave and Thavas are already on their way up in the meta, and we've seen plenty of Aquaforce players recently, and then they're going to just get dumped on this amazing stride here. It's only going to get better for them in terms of the meta. And, even though Messiahs are still doing a good bit of running around in the lower tiers, I think Aquaforce are going to have a fun time. They may not be the best, but it'll be interesting.
Aquaforce will be fine. So let me take a look at this real quick. So so I want to start from the top and the bottom. So Storm Element, Wailing Thavas. The Angel stuff I think is Freezer Burn, Hot Pockets.
Absolutely nothing, yeah.
Now with the Raging form, the stride is fine. I think it is a good stride. It is a fine stride for them. But the thing is, we will see a jump in Blast Cannon Raging form players, which is something we haven't seen, at least in our area of the Southeast. But
especially because of the reprints in here, too.
That's right. Which well, also, the reprints, I think, will be expensive because they're alt arts.
Potentially.
I'm pretty sure the Descendant is an alt art.
Oh, I mean, they are alt arts, but they may potentially be expensive. Now, it is important to note that in Set 9, we did not cover this previously, you get your normal amount of triple Rs, so 3 and 5 double Rs. You also get one of these triple R reprints. So you get an extra in here.
Right.
And since there are one per, then you have to consider that Dominator Commander Thavas is in here. So he's bringing that price down and introducing a bit of value in here as well. You have Voltage again, which granted is only $15, maybe up to $18 right now. It'll bring the price down just a little bit, or at least make that card more accessible. Raging Form's probably not going to be worth a whole lot of money. Descendant, not going to be worth a whole lot of money. Regular Descendant's down to 10 now. So this is either only going to drive it down or leave it there. And then you've got to have Glory sitting in here like, can I play guys? Don't open the Glory. Don't do it.
I do think that the Raging Form will see more play. Well, I think it's going to be like skyrocket up in the meta. No. The same I think is true about freaking Zillion. I think Zillion will make some interesting things happen. I don't think it's going to be star-studdedly awesome. Luard, I think, is the deck to watch out for. I think Ritual and Luard are going to be sneakily climbing their way up into the top decks.
They'll sneak up on you, yeah.
I don't think it's going to outrun Gear Chronicle by any stretch of the imagination, but it's going to give everything
under. Going to dethrone Xerxes.
It's going to give everything below it a run for its money. I want to believe at least.
No, I agree with that. It's definitely something to contend for. If Gear Chronicle as a clan were suddenly banned entirely from major tournaments, or they just nerfed it so hard that they no Malum, no TikTok, no Arlem, because why not?
No, just because.
No water. Throw all the good cards out the window.
Actually, anything that involves Chronojet at all, just get it out.
No. You have to play Chronofang. That is all.
Merry Christmas. I think it's going to be interesting to see some of these decks. Like I said, I don't think much will change except for Luard and Aquaforce. I think those two are the...
Some clans that have gone without support for a while get a nice boost in this set. That's nice. From a game health standpoint...
Like Spike Bros you're talking about?
Yeah, this set is good. It's pretty good. From a meta standpoint, Aquaforce will probably receive the most benefit. Narukami will see more play. Shadows get some cool stuff. But other than that, I don't think much will change.
I agree. I would agree with that. I think that's very accurate. I think that some of those decks will see a little bit more play. But Aquaforce and Shadows, I want to say,
get the most benefit.
Have the most benefit and most chance to pierce into the meta and become a deck that you see at featured top tables.
But at least Narukami actually gets to play Thunderstrike now.
Merry Christmas, Narukami. Christmas coming right on time for you.
Oh, yeah.
But aside from that, I mean, that's about it for set 9. Time to move on.
That's our forecast. Don't buy boxes, buy singles. Unless you're
Buy.
Unless you're not a fourth player, then please attempt to get one of the boxes that has an SGR and an SP pack in it, so at least you make your money back.
Or just put it in your deck and really throw that bling at somebody.
Don't do that.
Do that.
Sell.
Hold it because it's gorgeous. That's what
you know
need
money to play this game.
You know that's what you want to do, kid.
I don't let Jose ever get SPs.
He buys SPs for everybody else. What kind of garbage is this?
It's when they're $3. He wants the expensive ones.
I do not. I just want the miles.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to get you SPL files. But that's our show. Thank you for tuning in to the G-BT09 broadcast. Or not broadcast, forecast.
We'll see you next time for new videos. Always check it out here. This is Team Absolution signing off. Peace.
Drop a drink.